of graphing linear equations in standard form. Now the first thing we want to do when graphing these lines is we want to get it back in the slope-intercept form. Just as a reminder, your line is in slope-intercept form when y is by itself. So we need something like y equals to mx plus b, with the emphasis here being that y is by itself on one side of the equal sign. So we're going to have x minus 3y equals to 6 for the first one. And I want to graph this. So the first thing that I want to do is get y by itself. I notice there's two things keeping y from being by itself. There's the x and then there's the minus 3. Now if you notice something, the minus 3 is all up on y, right next to it. So I'm going to get rid of that second. What I need to do is get rid of what's on the outside. My first step is always going to be to add or subtract to get rid of x. Now, how do I choose from addition or subtraction? Well, I just look at it. This x here is positive, so to get rid of it, I'm going to subtract x. That cancels. So we're coming down with minus 3y equals 2. Now, 6 minus x, are these like terms? Well, the answer is no. This has an x and this doesn't, so we're going to bring them down separately. I'm going to bring the x down first, because it's going to make it easier for me to recognize the form. So I just bring it down as minus x. Now this 6 here is positive, so I'm going to bring it down as plus 6. Next step, what I'm going to do here now is I want to solve for y, and I got the negative 3 here. So my second step is always going to be multiply or divide to get 1y. Well, I'm right here and I'm saying, okay, I got negative 3 here. Whether or not to multiply or divide, I need to ask myself, how is this connected to y? Well, it's connected through the operation of multiplication because it's right next to it. So I got to do the opposite of that. So that means that I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. When I do the one term, I have to do the all terms on both sides. Negative 3 over negative 3 gives me 1y, which is what I want. 1y is the same thing as saying that I just have y, and that's what I want. That's my y equals ms plus b form. Now I got a negative over a negative, so that's going to equal to positive x over 3. Now when you have positive x over 3, that means there's a 1 next to this x, so that's equal to the same thing as 1 over 3x. These are equivalent. There's a 1 up top that we don't see, but it's right there next to the x. Times the 3, so we get 1/3 x. Then over here, 6 divided by 3 is going to give me minus 2. I bring down my minus 2. Awesome. My line's in slope-intercept form. All I got to do now is just graph it. Well, I recognize that whenever I'm in slope-intercept form, the number that's by itself right here is going to be my y-intercept. That's where my line is going to intercept or run into the y-axis. So I'm going to go overhead to go to my y-axis. I'll go down to negative 2, and I'm going to plot my first point. Bang. Now from here, I got to decide how I'm going to move. Well, I'm going to follow my slope. My slope is 1/3, and it's positive. So because it's positive, I know I'm going to be going up 1 and then over 3. If it was negative, I'll be going down and then over, same direction to the right. But since it's positive, I'm going to follow that. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Obviously, if you have a ruler, you can probably just plot 2 points and that would be enough to be accurate. I don't necessarily have a ruler on me now, so what I'm going to do to be accurate is I'm going to keep plotting points for as long as the graph extends. So in the same way we go up 1 over 3, if I'm going backwards, I'm going to go down 1 and then back 1, 2, 3. Down 1 and then back 1, 2, 3. All done. From here, I'm going to draw my line through these points, and it allows me to stay accurate because I got enough points to keep me accurate. And I always want to label my line, okay? So I'm just going to put it there, y equals to 1/3 x minus 2. See you in the next video for the next example.